If you're having coffee with me, I'd welcome you to my tangle of words. They say time flies when you're having fun, so I guess we've been having fun because I can't believe it's been 7 years since people took to the street and went on a march to the State House calling for the late former president's resignation. People look back and call that our Zungu Day because, well, in hindsight, it sanitized a set of events whose repercussions are still with us today. Some say that's why it no longer rains. Some say life was better before that moment. But then we have selective amnesia when it comes to the past. You'll find us arguing that life was better during the colonial era, conveniently turning a blind eye to the atrocities of the time. If you're having coffee with me, I'll tell you that despite the folly of our decisions, it was still a historic march. You had to be there. The euphoria was palpable and contagious. Had you been present, I promise you it would have been easy to be swayed into the order of the day, whether you agreed with it or not. Just by seeing the unbridled joy. It was a sort of once-in-a-lifetime experience. If you're having coffee with me, I'll tell you that over the weekend I watched a theatre production called The Taking. My next post will be a review of the play, which is a reconstruction of our history centered on reclaiming the national narrative. Watching it, I could not help but feel how it's true what they say about history repeating itself. It's like we've been going round and round in circles, never learning from the past, doomed to repeat it in an inevitable circle. We had land, it was taken from us, we took it back, but we didn't quite get it back, so we took it back again. They say it's ours now, but it doesn't feel that way. Land barons are said to have large tracts of land that they parcel and sell off, leveraging their proximity to those in power. Then once in a while, when they lose their political goodwill, it becomes a tragic tale of destruction. If you're having coffee with me, I'll tell you that ever since the government sanctioned Operation Murambatrina, which was a cleanup operation to destroy illegal structures which saw many families left homeless, it's become easier for local authorities to simply resort to demolitions to take care of irregularities in land occupation. Just recently, 30 houses were demolished in Rearview, Belvedere. Harare City Council said it's because the sale of the stands had not been authorized. Considering how long it takes to build a house, one can't help wonder why they did not stop the construction in its early stages. It's not as if they could not see it being done. And after it had been done, could they not come up with a more amicable solution, like, for example, I don't know, offering the owners of the illegal properties a chance at regularizing their properties? If you're having coffee with me, I'll tell you that saving up to build or buy a house is not an easy feat, especially when you live in a country that is contending for the title of being the kingdom of funny money, where the citizens' preferred bank is the National Mattress Savings Bank. If you have experienced as many currency iterations as we have, you would not blame anyone for wanting to keep their money closer than their enemies. A recent case of a man who was owed 5,000 in 2015 had the amount revalued to 2 ZiG, which highlights how money that is not in hand can have its value eroded. Meanwhile, as for our electricity situation, our power utility company, Zimbabwe Electricity Supply Authority, ZESA, might as well as stand for Zimbabwe Electricity Sometimes Available. It's another November, and some people make jokes about doing what we did back then. Another March in November? What's been going on in your neck of the woods?